On CitrusTV News, what new center opened in Byrd Library? We'll tell you how it will benefit students.
Plus, students learned how they could take action at Maxwell today. But what for?
It might be spring semester, but Syracuse winter is in full bloom. I'll tell you about 2 snowstorms that are on their way and more in my full weather forecast. Your campus news leader CitrusTV starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening, I'm Johnny Oliver.
And I'm Rob Romano. Welcome to Citrus TV News. New at 6 tonight, a new center for learning and student access is now on the 3rd floor of the Byrd Library. The goal for the center is to enhance academic support for both graduate and undergraduate students. Additionally, it will help Syracuse transition to a new academic policy, which has been in effect since January 1st.
I think if you're more aware as you're studying and learning about academic integrity, you're less likely to have an offense or a violation.
And the Trump administration's immigration ban continues to have students expressing their concerns. The Maxwell School hosted a teach-in earlier today to promote the ways students can take action. This is the first of a series of events to teach students about policy changes under Trump. The events are designed to show students how to take action with Trump in office. Events are free and open to the public.
Vice Chancellor Wheatley has announced the search for new research committee members. Their jobs are to research and encourage innovation at the university and all of the individual colleges. Interim Vice President of Research Peter Vanable will continue until a vice president is chosen. This role is considered critical for the research initiatives of the university. And an assistant professor in the Earth Sciences Department has found oxygen in rocks from South Africa that make scientific history. Christopher Junium helped find interaction between nitrogen and oxygen in 2.3 billion-year-old rocks. This discovery shows how life evolved along with the chemistry of the Earth. It also helps to fill a geochemistry time gap of more than 400 million years.
What a discovery, Johnny. Syracuse will host the International Building Physics Conference in September. This is the first time the conference will be held in the United States. SU's College of Engineering and Computer Science is jointly hosting the event. The theme of the conference is how to build environmentally friendly buildings as populations grow. And the iSchool is hosting a spring festival gala as we speak. Everyone is welcome to come celebrate the year of the Rooster in Hines Hall Cafe. There will be traditional Chinese food, games, and performances in honor of the Chinese New Year until 9 p.m. And Central New York residents are reacting to the hold on President Trump's immigration ban. This comes 2 weeks after the protests at Hancock Airport. Some people are happy that it's not being enforced. Others feel the president's powers are being checked. But supporters of President Trump say the court is overstepping, and they believe our security is at risk. President Trump is promising to appeal the decision. And state police say a Syracuse woman stole $14,000 in quarters from laundry machines. Alicia Russell was charged with grand larceny after being arrested on Tuesday. Police say she stole the funds over a 10-month period. Police also say Russell lost her job before the investigation into the coin thefts. Russell used to be a leasing agent for a local apartment complex.
Next weekend, there will be free ice fishing for visitors and residents in New York. Governor Cuomo announced today that people will be able to fish in any of the state's lakes, ponds, and rivers without a license. Next weekend is only the first of several free fishing events that will take place this year. Additionally, Cuomo has designated free fishing days in June, September, and November based on the popularity of the program. Information and Technology Services is reminding people that they will have to dial all 10 digits of phone numbers starting tomorrow. This is because of the new 680 area code that will come into effect in March. The creation of the new area code will help the demand for phone numbers in CNY, but in an emergency, you will still never have to dial an area code for 911.
And chocolates, teddy bears, and romantic dinners. Yes, there are many ways to tell your significant other I love you. But Citrus TV's Chris Venzon tells us why on Valentine's Day. Flowers take the cake.
Love is in the air, and for flower shops in Syracuse, that means business is booming.
Flowers are unconditional love.
If that's true, Ginny Serio is an expert on love. The Markowitz shop owner has snipped, fluffed, and arranged more flowers than she can remember. But even after 30 years, Valentine's Day is always a rush.
I work very long hours, way into the wee hours of the night. Some nights I stay here all night long.
Serio will ship around 300 arrangements this weekend all by herself. Anything to spread the feelings flowers represent.
They could represent anything, anything really, love, connection, Valentine's Day.
I guess it's just a sense of endearment, I guess.
Without flowers, it's not just Valentine's Day that wouldn't be the same.
People are happy and they have love in their lives. They usually are a great person to be around. We are here for love.
Abundant with flowers, overflowing with love. Chris Venzon, CitrusTV.
The lake effect snow last night made for a messy commute this morning.
That's right, Johnny. Citrus TV weather reporter David Edelstein is here with what to expect for this weekend. David, are we going to be seeing any more snow?
All right, thanks, Rob. Unfortunately for the people who don't like snow, and definitely fortunately for those who love the typical Syracuse weather, we will be having a lot more snow. Currently, it is 20 degrees outside, very cloudy, and that's the beginning of what's going to be flurries and a lot of snow coming into the night. As we can take a look here across the area, in the northeast area over here, we have more in the low 20s kind of temperatures. Down in the southwest, we have temperatures such as in Elmira, we have 27, Penyon in 26, and Rochester also at 26. Those warmer weathers will be moving in as well, but also moving in, we have a ton of clouds. All these clouds are coming down in from Canada, and I'm going to tell you more about what those clouds are going to bring. But right now, tonight, we're going to have a full moon, a lunar eclipse, and Comet 45P is going to be passing by. Unfortunately for us here in Syracuse, we won't see it, but in the next few days, we'll be seeing something else, and I'll tell you more about that in the full weather forecast later.
Coming up on Citrus TV News, Kellyanne Conway is apologizing after potentially breaking ethics rules, which she told the president.
And Louisiana is recovering after tornadoes blasted through the state. We'll have the latest when Citrus TV News returns.
Got a quarter?
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
President Trump's ban on travelers from Muslim nations is on hold after the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals refused to reinstate the order. The court unanimously rejected the president's claim and concluded that the order was unlikely to survive legal challenges.
Trump responded to the ruling Thursday, tweeting, quote, "See you in court, and the security of our nation is at stake. While the ban is on hold, people from Muslim nations can continue to travel to the U.S."
Kellyanne Conway has apologized to Trump for her comments on Ivanka's clothing line, and officials say that President Trump backs her up completely despite the fact that Conway's comments could go against the law, which does not allow government officials to endorse products.
This comes after Trump's top advisor was interviewed on Fox News and told viewers to, quote, "Go buy Ivanka's stuff," after Nordstrom and other retailers have dropped Ivanka's brand due to poor sales.
The Senate has approved Representative Tom Price as the Health and Human Services Secretary. The vote happened early this morning with all Republicans voting for him and all Democrats and independents voting against him. The final count, 52-47.
Price will be in charge of President Trump's efforts to replace the Affordable Care Act. He is the first physician to serve in the role since 1993.
President Trump has recently reaffirmed the One China policy with Beijing's leader. The policy has been in place since 1979 to maintain unofficial ties with Taiwan.
This is a decision that may ease tensions between the U.S. and China. Trump has said previously he would use Taiwan as leverage in negotiations. However, Trump seemed to reassure Beijing that he would not try to hurt relations between the U.S. and China.
A Phillips 66 pipeline in Louisiana exploded, resulting in 2 workers being injured. One worker is still missing after a mechanical element on the pipe failed during a routine cleaning. The 2 workers were rushed to a local hospital with serious burns.
60 homes in the area were evacuated and highway traffic is being diverted from the site. The pipeline was carrying a highly volatile natural gas byproduct. It burned cleanly over a 30 to 40-foot area.
Slovenia may be the first meeting between Russia and the new Trump administration, and Vladimir Putin is in favor of the venue. The Russian president says he welcomes Trump's statements about trying to improve relations between the 2 countries. Now it is up to Washington to decide when the meeting is held.
Putin also added that Moscow and Washington could fight terrorism together, as well as other global issues, and he thanked the Slovenian president for trying to organize the meeting with Trump.
The Japanese Prime Minister is calling on President Trump for a meeting. Shinzo Abe wants to shore up a long-standing security alliance and is making a case for Japanese businesses.
Abe believes a meeting with the Trump administration this month shows the unwavering alliance between the 2 countries. The meeting would also repair ties that were shaken when the U.S. withdrew from the Pacific Trade Pact. Abe is expected to propose more Japanese investment in the U.S.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
All right, here in the CitrusTV Weather Center, we have a lot of clouds up here on our radar. Again, a minute ago we talked about this. The clouds are coming from Canada and moving down into the Syracuse area, but let's take a look at what these really are going to be bringing here. From a wide-angle view, you can see the entire state of New York just about over here. You have the entire blue area that's going to be moving down southeast right through the entire state of New York, obviously, including Syracuse. What that is called a clipper storm. Clipper storms come down from the Canadian province of Alberta. They usually bring a lot of light snow, lower temperatures, and strong winds. We're going to be experiencing some of that over the next few days. Tonight alone, as we take a look here closer at our radar, you see the snow coming in. That really started about the beginning of this broadcast at 6 p.m. That snow will begin to move out of this area at 3 in the morning. Be careful, though, as you're commuting on the roads, I-81. You want to make sure that you're safe. There could be a lot of slush as warmer temperatures do move in, and we're having a lot of colder temperatures at night that could have that ice freeze over. Again, a hazardous weather forecast. It seems to be happening every Friday here, but that's the Syracuse winter that we're all used to. The Clipper system is going to bring the 4 inches of snow tonight, but then that's followed up by another snowstorm. That's going to bring on Sunday night about another 1 to 3 inches of snow. The snowplows will be very active this coming weekend over the next few days. Over here, when you wake up tomorrow, going to be about 33 degrees. It will feel like 21, not really because of the winds, will be moderate around 9 miles per hour. But there is a chance of that snow continuing in the morning, and that's really going to be on and off throughout the next few days. We do have a lot of sports coming up this coming week. The game day forecast for tomorrow, the high is going to be 40 degrees. The rain and snow mix is going to bring a lot of wintry weather, and then it's going to be warm, though, so that's going to be a new change for this coming next few days. Throughout the day tomorrow, as you're planning on traveling around to the games or whatever other plans you might have, at 9 a.m., 33 degrees, over at noon, 37. In between noon and 6 p.m., around 3, we should expect that high of 40. And then 6 p.m., 35 degrees. It's going to be very cloudy outside, not much sun coming through. As we take a look now at our 5-day forecast, again, Otto is there smiling for all of us. It is spring semester, and there are a lot of sports in spring semester, but there's not as much spring weather that we're seeing. It's still the Syracuse winter. Saturday, snow and rain. We got Sunday, more snow and rain. At the end of Sunday, snow before 10 a.m. The rain will pick up in the middle of the day, and towards the end of Sunday, that's where the second storm comes in. The snow accumulation will be, again, 1 to 3 inches. And then over there on Monday, snowy once again. That snow will carry over into the morning. We might see a little bit of a break in the precipitation, but as we get into Tuesday afternoon, the snow will pick up once again. And on Wednesday, there will be a lot of clouds kind of low in the sky, giving a much more ominous feel to a Syracuse winter than we're used to seeing, but definitely the snow is not something unusual.
That's exactly right, David. Thank you so much. Now, you mentioned there will be warmer temperatures throughout the snowstorm. Should we expect this snow to ice over?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be warmer out, and that could cause a lot of slush during the day, but kind of what people won't realize, even though it's 40 degrees warmer than we're used to, it's still cold out, and that will still freeze overnight. So when you're driving, really be careful on the roads. When you're walking around, definitely watch out for black ice, ice that you can't necessarily see on the ground, but it could freeze over and cause problems.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, David. You're not going to want to miss the show in the sky. We'll tell you what rare spectacle you can catch tonight.
And how much money does the U.S. spend on Valentine's Day? The number will probably surprise you. That and more coming up.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet. With the groove, show proof, keep it smooth as I bust the move. Hey, yo, step in swiftly with me, keep up. If not, just stop, pop a spot, put your feet up, read up, pay attention, listen to the melody. Remember what you heard, got my words to the spell of me. Top notch, got them all jumping like hopscotch, a jumping rope like double dutch in the air. Show me what you got, keep it hot like the heater. You thinking you a treat, cause you're sweet, but I'm sweeter. Leader of the pack, cause they all stay behind me. I'm old school, you don't skip tracks, you rewind me. Find me, working on my craft.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Johnny Oliver, Jamie Weiss, and David Edelstein with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
You won't want to miss the sky tonight. A full moon, lunar eclipse, and comet will all be in the sky. The lunar eclipse will be called a snow moon because a shadow will be cast over the moon. To see this, you'll want to look towards the eastern horizon and find the moon, but you will have to hope for clear skies if you want to see it. Clouds could get in the way of your view. And rumors are surfacing about the next iPhone. A source with inside information of Apple says that the new edition will have a price tag of over $1,000. This will be the most expensive version of the iPhone to ever come out. It is also rumored that the new phone won't have any buttons, will have a larger screen, and will be more sensitive to 3D touch. The new iPhone 8 is expected to come out in the fall.
And now this time of year, love is in the air, and it's also in our bank accounts. People will spend more than $18 billion on Valentine's Day this year. This is according to the National Retail Federation. The amount is down from last year, when almost $20 billion was spent for the holiday. The report says $136 is the amount the average person will spend on Valentine's Day this year. And the 59th Grammy Awards are this Sunday night. The biggest night in music features performances from Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, Chance the Rapper, and The Weeknd. The artists with the most nominations are Adele, Beyonce, Drake, and Rihanna. James Corden is hosting the show, which starts at 8 p.m. on CBS.
The Syracuse men's basketball team is in Pittsburgh looking to win a 6th straight, but it's also a big weekend back here in snowy Syracuse. 2 women's basketball games plus the start of the men's and women's lacrosse season, all in 3 days. You do not envy the Carrier Dome's moving crew. I'll preview it all on the other side. Stay with us.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it,
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got, or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Good evening, I'm Paul Mancano. Syracuse might just be the hottest team in college basketball. 5 straight wins, including 2 over top 10 teams, will do that. The streak has propelled the Orange to 4th in a loaded Atlantic Coast Conference. And coming up tomorrow is a matchup with the second worst team in the ACC, Pittsburgh. You might remember Cuse rolled Pitt back in January. That started an 8-game losing streak for Pittsburgh. And though the Panthers have been a major disappointment this season, the Orange isn't taking them lightly. Why? Well, Coach Jim Boeheim knows this conference can make any team look bad.
You know, you look at our league, Pittsburgh's in last place. They beat Maryland. They're leading the Big Ten. They beat Marquette. They're in the top part of the Big East. In this league, you can't get that. You know, you can't get those wins. And it's we got a lot of good teams in this league. And we got a lot of teams at the top that are really good teams. So, difficult, very difficult league.
Syracuse and Pittsburgh tip off tomorrow afternoon at 1 at the Peterson Events Center. As good as the SU men's team has been recently, the women's team might be even better. Coach Quentin Hillsman's squad has a chance to match the men with a 5th straight win tonight. Cuse is down in Durham to take on 14th-ranked Duke. It's the start of a difficult weekend for the Orange. Cuse comes back to the Dome to take on North Carolina Sunday at 3. Tip-off between Syracuse and Duke is at 7 o'clock tonight. Well, before they roll out Jim Boeheim Court on Sunday, we'll get our first look at the turf in 2017. That's right, it's lacrosse season back on the Hill, and both teams will be unveiling their new look rosters tomorrow. The men's team has a 4 o'clock tilt with Siena. Gone is last year's top scorer Dylan Donahue, and Coach John Desko already has plans to replace Donahue's production, but Desko admits this team still has some things to figure out.
We're still having different combinations of people, offensively and defensively. So we're still learning about ourselves, and that's why we play the games. We play these games and the scrimmages to see who does what in game situations. And, you know, every week's going to be a work in progress as the season goes on.
Well, the Syracuse women's lacrosse team has more than one key piece to replace from last year's team. Both top scorers, Kayla Traynor and Hallie Majorana, graduated this past spring. The pair accounted for more than a third of the team's points last year. But juniors Riley Donahue and sophomore Nicole Levy appear as ready as ever to shoulder the scoring burden. Donahue and Levy are looking to bring Coach Gary Gates' team to a 6th straight national semifinals. The 2017 campaign begins tomorrow at noon with an ACC matchup with Boston College. Well, the Brooklyn Nets and the Miami Heat begin their season in very similar fashions. Right around mid-January, just 2 wins separated the two teams as they both sat squarely in the bottom of the NBA standings. And that's where their paths diverged. The Heat are now the hottest team in the NBA, pun intended, Miami has won 12 straight and are climbing back to 500. Meanwhile, the Nets are in the midst of their second 11-game losing streak of the season. The two teams meet tonight for the third time in the past 3 weeks. The Heat have their eyes on the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. The Nets are just looking to hit double-digit wins. Tip-off tonight is at 7:30.
Well, Paul, back to SU men's basketball. Do you think the Orange will continue their hot streak and get that 6th straight win, another road win?
Well, it's going to be difficult. This game has all the makings of a trap game. It's on the road. Syracuse traditionally has had trouble beating Pitt at Pitt. Pitt, as we mentioned, one of the worst teams in the ACC. If Syracuse can just get over the fact that they should win this game, then I think they'll be fine and they'll maybe win their 6th straight.
And also, Paul, a couple of bracketologists have the Orange making the tournament. But do they have a tournament resume right now?
At this point, probably not. They still have 9 losses, those 5 non-conference losses. They seem like forever ago, but they still weigh heavily on Syracuse's chances to get into the tournament. We'll see. At this point, they have a couple big games, 2 games against Louisville in the upcoming weeks. If they can beat Louisville maybe once, get a couple more wins here or there, they'll have a solid case of making the NCAA tournament.
All right. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll be right back.
Stay with us.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
David, if it's going to be a 40-degree day, are we going to need to bundle up as much?
Definitely. It's still the Syracuse winter. The winds are going to be much lower than they were in miles per hour than last week, where we had gusts going up until 40 miles an hour. But still bundle up to keep yourself protected from the cold weather. It's still Syracuse and it's still winter.
And also, David, we have to ask, will these warmer temperatures hang around?
Unfortunately not. I know every week we want to say that, spring is coming. It was Groundhog Day. It was warm out for a week. Unfortunately, again, it is Syracuse winter. The snow is still here, and it's going to kind of get warm this week, but unfortunately, it's not going to stick around, and again, we'll drop down into the 20s and the teens.
A little disappointing. Thank you, David. And tonight on OTN, Q's Countdown previews the Orange basketball team.
And after that, at 7 p.m. is Syracuse Unpeeled. And thank you for watching tonight on Citrus TV News. Be sure to like us on Facebook and stay with us on Twitter.
Thanks, everyone. I'm Johnny Oliver. Have a good night.